Juicers and suckers. I like to think of there being two main camps of people in our lives. There are the people who are the mood hoovers. Like, they don't need to say anything. It's like they come into the room and literally suck every ounce of fun or joy or just relaxedness out of the room. And then there are the juicers. They are the people who are like bringing in the fun. They walk in and just everything feels better. They haven't even done anything. And I find it really interesting about who we choose to spend our time with, because it is a choice in the main. There are some people who we have to be around more for maybe work, but we can choose how we spend that time with them. But when we're thinking outside of work, the people who we choose to be in our lives, our friends, our partners, are we spending more time with the juicers or the suckers? Like, who are those people? And who are you? Are you a juicer or are you a sucker? And that can be a bit difficult, because if you think that you're bringing the party to the room and actually you're kind of bringing the mood down, you're a bit of a neggy Nelly. Apologies to anyone called Nelly, because I do know that somebody had referenced Debbie Downer, and all the Debbies got very, very upset about it. But for the sake of being a neggy Nelly, it's like, do you want to be that person? Do you want to be the person who's always, oh God, traffic was awful. Oh, typical. Train was late. Oh, woke up, alarm didn't go off. You know, it's boring. It's heavy. You suck the mood out of the room. Everyone's like, here she comes. Oh God. You'd leave feeling drained. You don't want to be that person, do you? Or do you? I don't know. Kind of curious if you do want to be that person. I like to think of myself as being a juicer, of bringing some silliness, some fun, some optimism. Yes, I can be negative. Yes, there are things that are shitty, and I'll talk about those as well, but I'll bring some humour to it, perhaps. Yeah, you don't want to be pretending things are all fine when they're not, but you don't want to be bringing everyone down with you and looking for, seeking you will find. You can find all sorts of crappy stuff and reasons why, typical you to have things against you all the time. They mount up when you start looking for them. So juicers and suckers, this was really, really important to me when I was in hospital. So 2019, diagnosed with my first brain tumour. I was 41. And I started blogging and vlogging. Not really with an intention of doing anything with it other than the fact that I wouldn't have to repeat what was happening with my brain tumour to lots of different people at once. And also, it was like a creative outlet for one. Gave me something to do, because there's not much to do in hospital. And also that if I did die or had the operation and was left unable to be as brilliantly hilarious as I am, that my children would be able to look at that back and go, do you know what, she was all right, my mum. She was pretty cool. So I started writing these different blog posts, and they are unedited. And I posted them up, and they actually went down really well. But the situation after my brain tumour meant that would mean telling the stories about other people, which perhaps wasn't my space to tell. So I took it down. But I kept the blog copies, and I was so pleased, because I'm not a very organised person, and I managed to find them. And I've got a copy here of one that I'd written. And I wrote this when I was in hospital, I think it was when I was waiting for my operation to happen. And I was making some life-changing decisions during that time, as I was having a lot of time on my own and really contemplating what I wanted this next chapter to look like, assuming I'd come around from my craniotomy with all things intact. So I wanted to read this to you. I'll put my coffee down. It's rather hot. There we go. Right. So I'm going to read this to you. And this is, it won't be remotely polished, obviously, but there's no surprise there. So this might make me cry. I don't know. I haven't read it for a long time. I just printed it out. So I've written, There are two types of people, juicers and suckers. Some people strip us of energy, flatten our fizz, and others fuel the zest for our life and get us. Suckers gossip. Suckers are negative. Suckers are draining. Suckers are limiting. Suckers are victims. Suckers are exhausting to be around. Whatever day or time of life this is, there's always an opportunity to review the T's and C's of the suckers. And right now, for me, there's never been more of an opportune time to consider what, where and who is fueling or depleting my energy in life. I need to keep my pecker up, so culling the suckers is a must for me. I've been so bloody empathetic and accommodating, it's time to pull up the drawbridge. I'm 41 and all being well, I'm halfway through my life. I have no inclination to spend any more time with those who drain me. Our conflicting energy isn't good for either of us. And what with the uninvited guests staying, I'm referring to my brain tumour, there just ain't enough room for all these other lodgers. So I'm getting ruthless. Hoovering the life out of a room, conversation or dream is not my bag. The key to being happy and authentic, I reckon, is knowing what kind of tonics you need and then taking action. And having worked with many clients over the years and talked with friends and family, it's pretty clear to me we all know our answers to most things. But the fear of believing ourselves and being prepared to take the risk to put ourselves out there and bucking the trend means we can stay sedentary in rubbish friendships and environments to stay in to keep the place familiar, even if it makes us unhappy. We shield ourselves from making these bold and seemingly brutal decisions for fear of being rude or even worse, disliked. Shock horror. But right now, I don't mind. Genuinely. I'm not out to be unkind. Kindness is king, remember? But if a situation isn't working for me and the sucker is outstaying its welcome, it can suck right off. This juices all the way, baby. Juices and tonics come in many forms and forces, and here's what I know about some of the juices and tonics that are vital to me. The right people. Family and friends have been my juice, especially two in this picture. I must have put a picture with this. I don't know what that was. My children, probably, hopefully. Stepping in with the practical thinking and doing whilst I've otherwise been engaged. People who want to help. Learning to receive is a good lesson for me right now. My brother, he flew over from Canada to stay with me when he heard about my head situation. He's funny, interesting and a doer. It's a family thing. He sat with me all night in A&E after riding in the ambulance to get my weird leg sensations checked out. And he gave his pillow to a disoriented elderly woman who was in the bed opposite. He's kind and compassionate. Within a flash, he'd built us a veggie patch with homegrown organic. Yes, it's homegrown organic from here on, folks. It's actually become the cat litter tray. Little shit. I don't like cats. Yamming anything green in vast quantities is my vocation for the next few weeks. That, along with reducing any stress, although this in itself seems stressful at times. And having power naps is key to my recovery, doctor's orders, so I'm in. So I'm fueling my body with the right juice. That's my tonic. Singing. Belting out classics with my girls makes me feel good, and I don't care if I don't know the words, although they obviously do. And a well-made bed. Yep, new sheets. I got the diagnosis and I went straight to John Lewis, and new sheets, duvet, pillows, the lot. I seem to be sleeping a lot, thanks to the crazy Keppra, the anti-epilepsy stuff I'm on. So a comfortable bed, that's my tonic. Laughter. Laughter's my tonic. I love laughing and I love hearing people laugh. I love that ache that you get from laughing so much. Laughing is so important to me. It's my favourite and my best. And from this day forward, I promise to make myself laugh even more. This, having a brain tumour, is an extreme way to crystallise what the right tonic is in our lives. But sometimes that's what it takes. So much of what we surround our heads and space with just doesn't make us fizz. And flat tonic's nasty. I'm choosing to see this episode in my life as a real tonic for change. And I suggest you don't wait for something like this to give your suckers notice. You've given them enough already. So long, suckers. Huh. That's weird to read that. I genuinely haven't read that. for, well, probably since 2019 when I wrote it. And nothing's changed. And this is why I stand by what I do. Because all the stuff that got me through really difficult times and genuinely enabled me to make massive life choices, like getting divorced, like navigating all the stuff that I've navigated along the way, it's like exhausting to even list it all, is really, I walk my talk. And all the stuff I'd been teaching for the 20 years beforehand with clients about confidence and self-trust and self-belief were like, thank fuck for that, because I had this like mammoth toolkit. Like, it wasn't just like a tool belt. I was like, beep, 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 vehicle reversing. I've got like mammoth amounts of tools. And I implemented them at a time which was so important to come out now at the age of 47 and a half, not 41 when I wrote that, relatively unscathed. So yeah, the brain tumour's back. But I can handle that. I handled it before. I can't change the outcome, but I can change the journey. I can change the experience. So juicers and suckers, who do you need to get rid of? Who can suck off? So if you've loved what you've heard, I would really appreciate you subscribing, sharing it with your friends, family, colleagues, waifs and strays. They are all welcome here. You can click the subscribe button, and in the episode description there is going to be a link where you can get in touch with me, and I'm here for it. So get in touch. I would love to hear from you and see how I can help you.